Picture waking up to flames licking the sky, smoke choking your lungs, and sirens screaming like a war zone, all because your neighbor decided your motorcycle offended her HOA binder. That was my 3 a.m. wake-up call in Oak Haven, my police bike burning on my driveway like a Viking funeral. Across the street, HOA Karen, Gloria Vance, sipping wine with her minions, toasting their victory. She thought she won a petty feud. She didn't know she just torched state property, committed felony arson, or pissed off a state trooper named Caleb Reed. Gloria wasn't your average busybody. Picture a perm that could survive a hurricane, a smile sharper than her fines, and a vendetta against anything louder than a whisper. She saw my bike as a rebel flag and lit a match. Big mistake. My cameras caught every spark, and I wasn't just any cop. I was the guy who'd make her regret it. This isn't about a bike. It's a wild ride of revenge, justice, and a suburb that learned you don't mess with a trooper's ride. Stick around. This showdown's got more heat than a 5-alarm fire, and you'll love watching Karen's empire burn. Let's roll back the clock. I'm Caleb Reed, 35, state trooper with a decade patrolling Illinois highways, chasing speeders, busting smugglers, keeping roads safe. When I moved to Oak Haven, a tidy Chicago suburb, I wanted a break, a quiet backyard for my rescue dog, Boomer, a garage to rebuild old Harleys, and maybe a Sunday grilling ribs with neighbors. Oak Haven looked perfect. Kids on scooters, oak-lined streets, that wave from the porch vibe. I signed the deed thinking I'd left chaos behind. Then I met Gloria Vance, HOA Karen, and learned chaos as a perm and a clipboard. Gloria didn't just chair the Oak Haven Homeowners Association. She ruled it like a dictator with a fetish for beige. Her bylaws were a novel, each rule a jab at freedom. Park a boat in your drive. $100 fine. Hang a wrong wreath. Warning letter. My neighbor, Maria, got a $150 hit for a gaudy mailbox, painted blue. God forbid. Gloria's patrols were legendary. Daily walks, pen flying, neighbors ducking like she was the Grim Reaper in Caprice. Her mission? Turn Oak Haven into a sterile postcard. No soul allowed. I kept my head down, mowed my lawn to regulation height, hit my trash cans, swapped my porch bulb for her approved hue. Day 1, she dropped a welcome letter, 3 pages of HOA rules. Membership encouraged. Translation, join or bleed. I'm a trooper. I don't do threats. I tossed it, politely declined her invite to discuss standards over tea. I'm good, Gloria, I said, smiling. Her eyes narrowed like I'd spit in her smoothie. Trouble started fast. My police motorcycle, state-issued, a sleek black Harley rig for patrol, was my pride. Parked in my driveway, legal as taxes, it screamed cop with its badge decals and lights. Gloria hated it. Non-compliant vehicle, she called it, taping neon notes to my door. Relocate or face penalties. Penalties? It was state property, not her call. I showed my badge at her first inspection, expecting respect. Badges don't exempt you, she sniffed, scribbling. Exempt? Lady, this is my job. Oak Haven wasn't all bad. Maria, the mailbox rebel, swapped cookies for my barbecue tips. Sam, a retired mechanic, helped me wrench Harleys, swapping stories over beers. Even quiet Mrs. Lopez, who'd lost a flagpole to Gloria's fines, slipped me tomatoes from her garden. But Gloria's shadow loomed. Maria whispered about her vendettas. A guy fined out his house for too many cars. A family harassed over a trampoline. I nodded, thinking cop life taught me patience. I'd outlast her. Then came the fines. First, $50 for grass exceeding 2.5 inches. I measured 2.4. Then $200 for my bike's disruptive appearance. Disruptive? It caught speeders, not parties. I called the HOA board, got a drone. Gloria's in charge. In charge? She was unhinged. I fixed bikes at night. Boomer snoring, ignoring her notes, piling up like junk mail. Sam warned, she's got spies, Caleb. Spies? I laughed until I caught her crony, a guy named Ted, snapping pics of my drive. My bike wasn't just a ride. It was my duty, parked per state orders. I'd ride it for shifts, then lock it down, checking its gear like a soldier checks a rifle. Gloria's fines felt personal, but I stayed cool. Trooper training. Don't escalate document. I set up ring cameras, figuring evidence beats arguments. Good call, because Gloria wasn't nagging. She was plotting, and Oak Haven was about to smell smoke. The night it all blew up, I was asleep, dreaming of highways. When Boomer's bark and a glow like hell itself yanked me into a fight I never saw coming. It was 3 a.m. when Boomer's bark ripped me awake, deep and frantic, like he'd treat a bear. I stumbled to the window, rubbing sleep from my eyes, expecting a stray cat. Instead, my driveway was an inferno, flames swallowing my police motorcycle, smoke billowing like a war zone. Sirens wailed, red and blue lights flashing as Oak Haven lit up. Firefighters swarmed, hoses blasting, but my bike, a state-issued Harley, my partner on 1,000 patrols, was a skeleton, its badge decals curling to ash. I ran outside, barefoot, heart hammering. Across the street, Gloria, HOA Karen, stood with 3 minions, wine glasses glinting, smirking like they'd planned the 4th of July. Accident, Gloria called, voice syrupy. Accident? My gut screamed arson, and I wasn't buying her act. Neighbors peeked from porches, phones out, whispering. Maria, in pajamas, gasped, "Caleb, your bike." I nodded, jaw tight, scanning the crowd. Ted, Gloria's spy, avoided my eyes. The fire chief, a grizzled guy named Hank, pulled me aside. "Gasoline, Caleb. This wasn't random." "Gasoline?" My blood boiled, but I stayed trooper calm, years of training kicking in. "Got cameras?" Hank asked. I grinned cold. "Oh yeah." My ring set up, 3 lenses covering the driveway, had run all night. While firefighters doused embers, I checked the footage on my phone, Boomer growling at my side. There it was, 2:47 a.m. Gloria and Ted sneaking in, hoodies up like budget burglars. Ted carried a gas can, Gloria a lighter. She splashed the bike, giggling, "No more cop toys." Ted lit the match, and they bolted, wine glasses clinking in their getaway. I saved the clip, pulse steady but rage simmering. This wasn't just vandalism. It was felony arson, torching state property. Gloria didn't know I was a state trooper, jurisdiction statewide, with buddies in every precinct. That bike wasn't mine. It was Illinois', and she'd just declared war on the law. I called my captain, Sarah, waking her up. "Caleb, what?" she groaned. I sent the footage. "Silence, then." She screwed. "I'm looping in CID, Criminal Investigations Division." Gloria was about to meet real heat. By dawn, my driveway was a crime scene. Cops taping it off, neighbors buzzing. Gloria had the nerve to stroll by, clipboard in hand, acting shocked. "Terrible tragedy," she cooed, handing me a $100 fine for hazardous debris. Debris? She meant my bike's corpse. I took the paper, staring her down. "We'll talk soon, Gloria." Her smirk flickered. She sensed trouble, but didn't know how deep. Maria dropped by, furious. "She's been after you since you said no to the HOA. Sam, wrench in hand, nodded. "Ted's her muscle." Betsy poured the gas. I showed them the clip, their jaws dropping. "You're a cop?" Maria asked. I shrugged. Hadn't advertised it liking my low profile. But low was over. Gloria's fire didn't just burn my bike, it burned her bridges. I hit the precinct, filing a report with Sarah. Arson, vandalism, destruction of state property. She listed, eyes hard. "That's prison time." I nodded, but it wasn't just about me. Oak Haven was scared. Maria's kids stayed inside. Sam locked his garage. Gloria's HOA wasn't governing. It was terrorizing. And my bike was her latest trophy. The fines kept coming. $54 smoke disturbance. $75 for unruly dog. Boomer barked once. I tossed them, building a case. My cameras weren't the only eyes. Mrs. Lopez, quiet but sharp, sent me her doorbell clip, Gloria and Ted planning the fire at her gate, whispering about teaching him. I synced it all. My laptop glowing like a war room. Gloria thought she'd won, toasting her cleanup. She didn't know I'd sworn an oath to protect, not just roads, but people. Oak Haven deserved better, and I was bringing the hammer. Gloria didn't flinch. She doubled down like a gambler who didn't know the house was rigged. By noon, my mailbox overflowed with neon notices. $200 for fire hazard. $150 for disrupting HOA aesthetics. Aesthetics? My bike was a char husk, and she was blaming me. Oak Haven buzzed with whispers. Neighbors texting, "Caleb, you okay?" But staying clear, scared of Gloria's wrath. Maria slipped me coffee, eyes wide. "She's untouchable," she said. Untouchable? I'd arrested drunks tougher than her perm. I wasn't just any neighbor. I was a state trooper. And Gloria had lit a fuse I couldn't ignore. I called Sarah, updating her. "See the D's on it," she said. "Arson's just the start. She's running a racket." Racket? I dug deeper. Gloria's HOA was a machine. Fines funneled to a community fund nobody saw. Board members like Ted on her payroll. Maria's mailbox fine? Pocketed. Some as one violation. Same. My cameras caught Ted collecting fees in cash, smirking like a cheap mobster. I went to Gloria's HOA office, a shed stuffed with files and bad coffee. "This ends," I said, badge out. Her smile was pure venom. "You're out of your depth, Caleb. Pay the fines or lose more." Lose more? She'd already burned my bike, state property, my partner on 100 chases. I leaned in, voice low. "You're playing with fire, Gloria." Literally. She laughed, but her eyes darted, first crack in her armor. Back home, I turned my garage into a command post. Ring footage, Lopez's clip, neighbor texts. My case was ironclad. Sam dropped by, tools clanking. She trashed my shed once, called it clutter. Maria added, her goon find my kid's lemonade stand. A lemonade stand. Gloria wasn't enforcing rules. She was extorting us. And my bike was her boldest hit. She kept pushing. Flyers hit every door. Emergency HOA meeting addressed delinquents. Delinquents meant me. She posted on X, crowing, Oak Haven stays pure. Pure. She'd set a fire in my yard. Her minions, Ted and a mousy woman, Barb, knocked on doors, spreading lies. Caleb's bike caused the blaze. Caused it. I sent Sarah the footage. She looped in the fire marshal. Gasoline's confirmed, he said. We're building charges. Neighbors started cracking. Rosa, who'd lost a fence to Gloria's fines, slipped me her HOA emails, threats to foreclose if she didn't pay $500 for non-compliant paint. Mrs. Lopez, usually silent, shared a photo. Ted dumping gas cans in her alley pre-fire. I was scared, she admitted. Scared? Not anymore. Oak Haven was waking up, and Gloria's throne was wobbling. I hit the streets, badge hidden, talking to folks. Sam's buddy, a retired cop named Frank, had dirt. Gloria's fund bought her a boat, docked in Lake Michigan, not Oak Haven. Boat? That's no community project. I cross-checked with Sarah, who found bank records. HOA dues wired to Gloria's cousin, a consultant with no office. My laptop hummed, evidence piling like ammo. Gloria didn't slow. She held fire safety seminars, blaming rogue vehicles, mine, while Ted patrolled. My garage like he'd torch it next. I upgraded my cameras, added floodlights. Trooper instinct, never trust a snake. One night, I caught Barb sneaking by, spray painting pay up on my fence. I yelled, smile for the lens. She ran, tripping over Boomer's chew toy. Clips saved, case tighter. Oak Haven's mood shifted. Maria taped a no HOA sign to her mailbox. Sam parked his van crooked, daring a fine. Rosa's kids flew kites Gloria once banned. Little acts of war. Gloria's ex-post got roasted. Where's the fire money, Karen? She blocked comments, but the tide was turning. Sarah called, fire marshal's ready. Meeting's your shot. My shot? I wasn't just taking Gloria down. I was freeing Oak Haven, and my badge was only half the weapon. The cameras, the neighbors. The truth, that's what had burned her empire to the ground. Gloria's reign was crumbling, but she didn't see it. She was too busy sharpening her clipboard. The fire marshal's report hit my inbox midweek. Arson confirmed. Gasoline traces. Fingerprints on a discarded can. Sarah added, they're Gloria's. We got her. Got her. This wasn't just a fine. It was prison time, and Oak Haven was ready to pull the trigger. Neighbors weren't whispering anymore. They were shouting. Maria rallied a group chat, anti-HOA squad, buzzing with plans to crash Gloria's meeting. Rosa made justice for Caleb flyers. Sam offered his van to haul speakers for a protest mic. Even Mrs. Lopez, who'd never raised her voice, sewed a tiny flag. No more Karens. I wasn't fighting alone. Oak Haven's spine was growing, and my bike's ashes were the spark. I met Sarah at the precinct, going over evidence like prepping for a raid. Ring footage, Lopez's clip, Barb's graffiti stunt, ironclad. Frank, the retired cop, dug up HOA budgets. $10,000 maintenance to a shell company. Gloria's signature all over it. She's been fleecing us, he growled, handing me receipts. Fleecing? That boat wasn't cheap. I synced it all to a USB, my garage glowing like a war room. Gloria kept swinging. She sent a $500 fine for inciting panic. Panic she caused. Her ex-account doubled down. Oak Haven rejects lawlessness. Lawlessness? She'd burned state property. Neighbors fought back. Rose's flyers blanketed mailboxes. Sam's van circled with honk if you hate HOA painted on it. Honks echoed all day. Ted tried intimidating Maria, banging on her door about sign violations. She laughed, filming him for X. The clip hit 20,000 views, comments piling. Bus Karen. Then Gloria slipped big. She held a community safety barbecue. Ironic post-arson, charging $50 a plate for fire prevention. Nobody came. Instead, folks gathered at Maria's, grilling free hot dogs, swapping Gloria horror stories. Mrs. Lopez brought salsa, saying, she find my roses, red's not beige. Red's not beige? I laughed, but it wasn't funny. Gloria's control was a chokehold, and Oak Haven was done gasping. The turning point came days before the meeting. Sarah called, fire marshals joining us. CD's got warrants. Arson, fraud, conspiracy. Conspiracy? Gloria's shell company linked to Ted's cousin, a dealer fencing stolen goods. My bike wasn't their only hit. Lawnmowers, grills, even Rose's fence posts vanished under HOA orders. I checked my cameras. Ted hauling a trailer at night. Gloria counting cash. I sent it to Sarah, Who whistled? They're cooked. Oak Haven mobilized. Maria's chat hit 40 members, planning to pack the meeting. Sam built a projector stand. For your footage, he winked. Rose's kids drew cop bike forever signs, taping them to trees. Frank scouted the community center, spotting Ted rigging mics to drown out troublemakers. I tipped Sarah, who sent a deputy to inspect. Ted bailed. Mics unplugged. Gloria's meeting was her stage, but we were stealing the spotlight. I prepped like it was a sting. USB loaded, badge polished, nerves steady, trooper mode. This wasn't just about my bike. It was Maria's mailbox, Sam's shed, Lopez's roses, every petty jab Gloria landed. She thought fire would scare me. It didn't. It woke Oak Haven. The night before I grilled steaks, boomer napping, neighbors dropping by. End her, Maria said, fist raised. I nodded. Not for me. For us. Gloria's match had lit a rebellion, and we were bringing the heat. Gloria's emergency HOA meeting was a powder keg, and I held the match. Oak Haven's community center was stuffed. 80 neighbors, chairs spilling into aisles, air crackling like before a storm. Gloria stood at a podium, perm a fortress, voice booming through a cheap mic. Tonight, we restore order, she declared, eyeing me like I'd robbed her. Restore? She'd burned my bike, state property, and thought she'd skate. Neighbors shifted, some glaring, others whispering. Maria clutched a justice flyer. Sam cracked his knuckles. Rosa winked. Gloria didn't know it, but her throne was already ash. She dove in, binder open, painting me as Oak Haven's villain. Caleb Reed defies our community, she cried, waving a $500 fine for fire endangerment. Endangerment? She'd pour the gas. His vehicle invited chaos, she said, forcing us to act. Act? She meant arson. The crowd murmured. Half bought her act, half smelled the lie. Ted, her goon, nodded from the front, bar passing out neon, support, HOA, flyers nobody took. Gloria's eyes gleamed. She thought she had them. I stood, badge in pocket, USB burning a hole. Can I speak, Gloria? She smirked, waving me up, expecting a grovel. Linda, a board member sick of her, nodded. Go, Caleb. I plugged my drive into the projector, heart steady, trooper training, aim true, don't flinch. The screen lit up, 2:47 a.m., my driveway, Gloria and Ted creeping in, hoodies up. She splashed gas, giggling, no cop bikes here. Ted struck the match, flames roaring. They toasted with wine, clueless my ring caught it all. Gasps filled the room. Rosa yelled, gotcha. Gloria's binder hit the floor, voice shrill. Fabricated. I clicked again. Her face clear, lighter in hand, Ted's gas can gleaming. Then Mrs. Lopez's clip, them plotting at her gate, Gloria saying, burn it, he'll break. Break? I'm a trooper, not a twig. Neighbors booed. Samroding. Arsonist. I layered it. Barb's graffiti, Ted's cash grabs, HOA budgets showing $15. 000 to Gloria's consultant, her cousin's shell company. The room erupted. Maria waved her flyer, chanting, Karen out. Rose's kids banged chairs. Gloria screamed lies, but her minions froze. Ted sweating, Barb ghost white. I dropped the hammer. That bike was state property, Gloria. Arson's a felony. I flashed the fire marshal's report, her prints on the can, gas traces matching her shed. You didn't just burn my ride, you burned Illinois. Enter Detective Sarah Klein, my captain, badge shining. She'd slipped him back, flanked by 2 deputies and the fire marshal Hank. Gloria Vance, Sarah said, voice cutting through chaos. You're under investigation. Arson, vandalism, fraud. Gloria's perm wilted. Her voice a squeak. I was protecting Oak Haven. Protecting? She'd torched a cop bike on camera. Hank stepped up, holding the gas can in an evidence bag. Your prints, ma'am. Care to explain? Silence, then pandemonium. Neighbors cheering, clapping, Rosie yelling, jail her. Ted bolted for the door. A deputy grabbed him, cuffs clicking. Barb sobbed, she made me. Gloria clutched her podium, sputtering, this is harassment. Sarah wasn't fazed. Harassment? You burned state property. Downtown now. Deputies flanked her, not arresting yet, but escorting her out like a fallen dictator. Her binder stayed, pages scattering as neighbors stomped past. The board, Linda, Bob, 2 others stood stunned. Linda grabbed the mic. Vote. Dissolve the HOA. Hands flew up. 75 yes, 0 no. Ted's cufflinks glinted as he was dragged out. Barb trailing, crying. Maria hugged me. Sam slapped my back. Lopez nodded, eyes wet. You did it, Caleb, she said. Did it? We did it. Oak Haven, done with fear. Sarah pulled me aside. Trial's next. She's facing years. Arson, fraud, conspiracy with Ted's dealer cousin. Years? Gloria's boat dreams were sinking fast. The center emptied, neighbors spilling outside, laughing, planning a barbecue to celebrate. story. My bike was gone, but Gloria's empire was rubble, and Oak Haven was free. The fire she'd lit didn't break us. It forged us, and I'd never felt more at home. Gloria's torch job didn't just burn my bike, it burned her world to cinders. By morning, Oak Haven was a different place. The HOA office, a shed of doom, was locked. Gloria's neon notices yanked from mailboxes. She didn't show her face. Her sedan was gone, blinds drawn. For sale, sign up by noon. Word spread. She'd holed up with a lawyer, dodging the firestorm she'd ignited. Neighbors didn't care. They were too busy celebrating. The board called a snap meeting. No Gloria, no Ted, just Linda at a folding table, stunned but relieved. HOA's done, she said. Vote. Unanimous. Dissolve it. Rules slashed to 1. Be a good neighbor. Oak Haven exhaled, like we'd all been holding our breath for years. Maria threw a block party that night. Grills sizzling, kids chasing Boomer. Rosa's mailbox painted neon blue, just a flex. Sam rolled out his old Chevy, banned by Gloria for rust, and parked it proud. Mrs. Lopez hung a red rose wreath, grinning. No fines now, she said. I flipped burgers, Boomer's stealing scraps, feeling like I come home, not to a house, but a people. The fire's fallout went viral. Maria's Ikisklip Karamburun Skobika hit 2 million views, spawning memes of Gloria's perm dodging flames. Reddit's r/justice served crown me trooper torch, threads piling with HOA horror stories. Local news camped outside. Oak Haven arson scandal flashing on screens. I dodged mics. Cops don't grandstand, but Sarah leaked my ring footage to a reporter. It aired at 6 p.m. Gloria's gas can giggle looping as anchors shook their heads. TikTok exploded, kids reenacting the fire with toy bikes. Caption Karen versus cops, 0 to 1. Oak Haven became a shrine. Neighbors left flowers by my driveway's burn marks. Notes saying, thanks Caleb. Rose's kids drew chalk Harleys. Trooper Caleb in bubble letters. Sam welded a mini bike sculpture from scrap, planting it in my yard. For the legend, he grinned. Mrs. Lopez baked tamales, her grandson shyly adding, you're cooler than Spider-Man. Cooler? I laughed, but it hit deep. I hadn't asked for this, but I take it. Oak Haven's trust meant more than any badge. The state stepped up. My captain replaced the bike. A new Harley, shinier, parked with a note. Ride safe read. I named it Boomer 2. Took it for a spin, wind whipping like freedom. The precinct buzzed. Cops I'd never met slapped my back, calling it the Karen bust. Sarah hinted at medals, but I waved it off, grilling with neighbors' beat podiums. The feds, sniffing Gloria's cousin's dealer link, raided his warehouse. $200,000 in stolen goods, tied to Ted's fines. Ted sang like a canary. Barb 2, pinning Gloria as the brain. Gloria didn't go quiet. She tried a press conference, lawyers stuttering about misunderstandings. X roasted her. Misunderstood gasoline? Lawsuits piled. Neighbors for fines. State for arson. Feds for conspiracy. Sarah updated me. 7 years minimum. Arson's no joke. 7 years? Gloria's boat was a pipe dream now. Her shed became a community shed. Tools, seeds, no locks. Rosa planted a rose bush where my bike burned, calling it Caleb's flame. Oak Haven rebuilt fast. Maria started a watch group, not HOA, just neighbors checking doors. Sam taught kids to fix bikes, his garage a clubhouse. Lopez's roses bloomed red, no fines in sight. We held anti-HOA cookouts, ribs and tamales flowing. My grill the heart. One night, Frank, the old cop, raised a beer. To Caleb, lit a fire under Karen. Everyone laughed, Boomer barking. Fire? Yeah, but the good kind. One that warmed us, not burned. I got letters, cops, troopers, even a sheriff from Texas, cheering Karen Slayer. A kid mailed a toy Harley for Boomer 2. I kept wrenching, riding, living. Oak Haven wasn't just free, it was ours. Gloria's match didn't break us. It showed us our spark, and we weren't letting it fade. Gloria thought a match would mark her turf, but all it did was light her downfall. Power's a funny thing. Without accountability, it's just a fuse waiting to blow. She burned my bike, state property, and learned a trooper doesn't flinch. I didn't win with guns or cuffs. I won with cameras, neighbors, and a town that said, enough. Your world's got Karens, sniping bosses, nosy neighbors. You don't need a badge to fight. Find their game, play it sharper, and don't back down. Gloria ruled because we let her until Oak Haven remembered its grit. That's the win, not just stopping a bully, but sparking something bigger. Your fire might be a word of vote, or a stand nobody expects. Make it count. The best justice isn't loud, it's lasting, like a bike that roars back stronger. So what's your blaze? A rule to break? A fight to start? When someone torches your peace, while you ignite. Keep your eyes open and your grill hot. Victory's cooking. That's the tale of how a Karen's fire turned Oak Haven into a legend. Did you laugh at Gloria's wine toast fail? Cheer when the cuffs clicked? Maybe check your own cameras? Drop a comment. Share your wildest HOA drama or how you'd roast a Karen. I read every one, and I'm all ears for your stories. If this lit you up, smash that like button. It's like revving a Harley past a speed trap. Share it with your crew, your neighbors, even that guy with a loud mower. It might fire up someone's fight. New here? Hit subscribe, ring the bell. We're rolling out more grit, laughs, and wins, and I want you on a ride. Your likes, comments, shares keep this grill sizzling, fueling tales that hit like ribs off the smoke. Got a topic? Toss it below. Maybe top ways to outrun a Karen, or why cops and bikes rule. You call it. Thanks for cruising with me today. Let's keep riding, grilling, and torching the nonsense. See you next time. Keep your wheels spinning and your heart free. Ride safe.